Hey folks, Vic here for thepracticalprepper.com, and I've got a little video that I wanted to throw up on the YouTube site. Something that I ran across as I was kind of cleaning out some things that after the move. I have one container that has a lot of MREs in there. They look just like this, and I've got about 30 or 40 of them, 30 or 40 meals. And something interesting that I ran across that I haven't seen addressed. If you're putting these in with your 72-hour bag, which I like these for 72-hour kits, they're quick. You can heat your own meals. You don't need a fuel. You don't need a fire to cook. It's very, very simple. You don't even really need water other than a little bit if you've got a beverage packet. But something that I ran across, excuse me, I had purchased a couple for my bag, and these are made by Sopaco, and these are civilian versions of MREs. These are civilian meals, but they're based on the military meals. So the difference generally the difference between say the Sopaco or the civilian MRE and the military MRE are going to be the heat packet. They won't have a heat packet. They also may not have things like the little packet that comes with it. It's got a towelette and a napkin and some Tabasco and matches and toilet paper, all that stuff. These always come with military. These may not. Looking at these, I can see that there is a packet, but I can't tell what all's in it. I carry the stuff anyway in a separate part of my 72-hour bag anyway, so I don't really care if that's there or not. I have my own spork. But here's what I ran across. In opening one of these up, because I know how long I've had these, I went over to MREinfo.com, which I classify as the most information on MREs that you can find anywhere. And that's MREinfo.com. Great site. If you really want a lot of information on MREs, if you're thinking of using those as part of your bug out, good idea to check them. They've got a little utility, and I'm kind of looking at it right here. If you know the date on the package, the date and the temperature it was stored at, so if you're getting something from somebody else, if you've got the date code, which is on the end of every box, and it's also on the packet, different manufacturers at different places, but they always have this code. For example, it's 4 numbers together without any hyphens or semicolons or anything, and it may have a letter after it, that's fine, but it's the 4 numbers you're looking at. And the first number is the year, and the other 3 numbers of the day of that year it was manufactured. Now, what I ran across was interesting. If you're buying these on the open market, if you're going to eBay, if you're buying them from a surplus place that you ran across out in Podunk, and you don't know for sure if there's not a case, and if it's not stamped on the case exactly the date, not a code, but the actual date, January 14th, 2012. If nothing is stamped on it, you have to assume they're older. These, I know, are more than 10 years old. I've had them in a case, and I've had them in standby. Now, most MREs, really, if you store them at about 50 degrees, you're going to get about 5 years of useful life out of them. After that, they start losing nutrition. They won't kill you unless they're swelling up. Some kind of botulism has got to them. But if the packets are sealed, if they're vacuum packed, not the main pack, we don't care if this has air. We care about what's inside here. When you open one of these up, this packet right here should be nice. It shouldn't be bulging, which this one is not. This one is actually in fine shape, and it's stamped right on the top, 1319A, same as the end of this box. Now here's the interesting part. I'm actually going to eat this one anyway. If you put that in the date checker, if you take that end date, if you take 1319 and plug it in, it will tell you that this was made on the 319th day of 2011. These are more than 10 years old. These were actually made in 2001. So you could put this date in there and you go, oh, these are good. I just bought these off the shelf. These are 11 years old, and you won't know that. So buying things in bulk, if somebody's got a couple of these and 4 or 5 of these on eBay and they're giving you a hell of a deal, think about it. Think about what the date code actually says, because if it's more than 10 years and you plug it in there, it's going to come up with a date that sounds current, and you don't know what you're eating. And I'm telling you, after 10 years, these are going to have lost some of their vitamins, their calories are going to be down. I mean, you're just not going to want to keep these around. They won't kill you, like I say, unless they're swollen up or have any other issues. But basically, you don't know what you're buying. So it's caveat emptor when it comes to you and what you're purchasing. So think about twice. And you're buying it on eBay, when you're buying it out of a surplus store, you're not sure. This date could be completely misleading. It could be 10 years off and you won't know it. So I just want to give you that for a tip of the week. If you're getting MREs and you're putting them in your bag, you know, I put out a little notice on Sandy. If you're going, wow, I need to grab some, careful what you're buying. Okay? With that, I hope that helps you toward your preps, and I will see you next time. Take care.